Should be live again name. Let me get rid of this. Remove. There we go. Let's see if that helps a good bit. Transitions are happening a ton faster. That's great. That is fantastical. Alright. And now I'm back to that.
Alright.
So, dude, there's that music is just cutting out left and right.
It seems to be pretty consistent over on the butt broadcaster.
Yeah,
And sounds here in the room too.
Yeah, on what I hear and what comes through the street, it sounds real choppy.
Oh.
But
so
I stayed here and talked the whole time. So you're up. I'll be right back.
Oh, you weren't here on the radio side like it.
Well, I was there for everybody watching on the.
Did you start the stream back up? Because
yep.
according to me, it's down.
I'm watching both of them right now. And so is Webboy, actually. There you go.
Hey.
Yeah, so I removed that 4K video from the background, and it transitions 10 times faster through scenes as well.
All right, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, so I just need to find a lower resolution video to run in the background because it's compressing all of that video down to 1080p. So that's probably where the issue is. I just need to find something else. But anyways,
what up, Webby? You're still over there in the chat room. Radio.co for the past 2 weeks keeps doing the on off with us again. Just so you know, bro.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, especially if you watch what goes on over there. I left my beer in the other room. Kind of disappointing.
I'm gonna let the dog out. You can conversate with the. Yeah, 4K. And yes, nuts. I was like, RK, are you nuts? 4K.
Ricky, are you nuts?
Yes.
No, Ricky's not in here today, so.
But now I'll be able to get all the Anthem stuff up for everyone to see some of that too. Because oh man, that transition's so much smoother. Yeah. Much better. All right. Thump, entertain the masses.
Be right entertain back. The masses. I mean, I don't know. Thought all our people would be back now and we'd be doing other shit. No, for me, myself, we're supposed to be getting into the Anthem conversation. I mean, I'm one of the few that was able to get in on both ends of this. NVIDIA sent me an invitation for me to be able to go and check the BIP beta out over, or BIP demo as they called it. They caught a lot of flack for that. I'm sure we'll talk about that a lot when the guys get back. But went through and used my NVIDIA code and got into the game and was having a blast. Got up to like the level 3 in the mission arc and was, leveling pretty good as long as I was teamed with people. And then ran into some issues, so I went and the next day checked it out over on the console side of things to see if I could do any better on that end and see if I could actually get some things. Maybe it'd run a little bit smoother for me over on that side of things, but ran into the same issues that I was running into over on the PC side. But at least got to explore both versions of what the game had to offer and had to say that they played pretty much about the same. can't wait till this time to actually try it on the 4K and see exactly what that's going to be about. So that should be a ton of fun to be able to go in and go for it on 4K system. So far, it's just on PC, what the PC's doing, what my Xbox One was doing. But now to go into the demo for the open demo this coming weekend and get a good shot at the 4K version, I can't wait. Really excited to be able to dive right back into it. The game so far has been a ton of fun for me. I can't wait to actually discuss opinions about it once the guys get back. But I had a blast. Uh, Enjoyed it the whole weekend. Played every day that it was available to me. But
All right.
welcome back.
Oh,
Yo.
Anthem?
Yeah, we're
Talking about Anthem?
We're gonna talk about Anthem.
Yeah,
Sorry,
actually,
I was taking care of the little one.
that's what I've already been talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I picked up a little bit of that whenever I was put on at least one phone. Still
Yeah.
was talking to the little one.
Yeah.
So what have you been talking about, Thump? Okay, bring us up to speed.
About the fact that I just was able to play on both options, where
Oh.
I got to PC and on console, and I
Okay.
had fun on both sides. But I did run into issues on both sides, the same issue, but I never discussed what that was or what my real opinions of the game was.
Okay.
Okay. So whenever you're talking about the issues, you're talking about the loading screen?
The
Yeah.
forever load, which was a major problem across the forums. Didn't matter which forum you went to, whether it was PC or console side, the same glitch was very prevalent. You would get to the last little bit of the bar,
And then it would just freeze. You would have to start the game all over again.
right? And we went through that several times, or I went through that several times.
Oh, same here. I even ran into it whenever you would be loading back in to the tower, essentially. So all that progress you just did would be lost.
I
Like
never
you-
lost. I never lost.
I did. I
No.
lost all my gear one time.
I never lost
Dang.
progress except for there was one map. We were free play we were what is it, the
Open world.
siege, like the
Oh, that.
like doing the stronghold shit.
Yeah, it's a strike
We
play.
went to do the stronghold shit and got through like to the boss and to the spider boss,
Mm-hmm.
and then I crashed, went back in, got the out the door glitch, so I couldn't come back into the room. So I'm standing there and I'm like, well, it's up to the two of y'all. Rusty crashed.
Oh man.
He got the glitch for out the door. We're two-thirds maybe into the boss. And it's just Vex in the room by himself, with the two of us stuck out in the hallway.
Just soloing it. Did he at least have good guns?
I mean, he was decently ready for it. He was using his Colossus though, so
Oh yeah, and that thing is tanky.
and by yourself as a Colossus, that boss is still going to do what that boss does, especially if you get stuck in a phase where they bring out all the ads and the boss goes away. As a Colossus, all those ads come into that room and are moving how they're moving. If you don't have somebody helping, you're just done. That room was so strong.
Dude, I ran into I actually ran into one person that played the Colossus out of my experience with it. Only one Colossus that I ran into. Guy turned around and stopped playing the game because he didn't comprehend that he had to get new stuff for the Colossus. Like, not all that stuff that he just unlocked with the other thing goes for the Colossus. So whenever he got slapped in the face essentially by something bigger than him, He was like, "Why did I just drop? This is supposed to be a tank." It's like, you're not running the right stuff. Yeah, you need to unlock stuff.
You gotta level him too. You gotta
Yeah,
you gotta
you
get him.
gotta. Mm-hmm. I like that they add the way they added the item level essentially in there, because that's pretty much your javelins leveling system. A lot of people were calling them frames, and I was like, this isn't. I mean, yes, the game developers have came out and said straight up, yeah, we took a lot of ideas from Warframe, but they're javelin. They're not
like the
Warframes.
infiltrator class feels like Warframe.
Oh, dude, I had a blast with that javelin. I had so much fun with that thing.
I figured that one would be yours.
The interceptor.
Yep.
The interceptor was like, dude, that thing just focuses all on ad control. Like, one guy, one of my buddies on here that was playing it, it was like one of the missions you have to like defend it from all these bugs and stuff. Like, there's the 2 levels. There's the ground floor where they're basically coming from, and the top floor that you basically have. I was down on the bottom floor just going to town. He was like, "You are insane." I was like, "Tell me something I don't know." Like,
I had to cuss Rusty and Vex out because I'm up there solo trying to do the cap point at that same level.
mm-hmm.
And you've got the exploding fucking orbs going on up top, and I'm up there soloing this shit, and I look around and realize that I'm up there soloing this shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you two doing? Like, get the hell up. Somebody's got to help me. If one of them spawns, it zaps my ass.
Yeah, the interceptors. So I noticed that there's 2 javelins that were squish. And that's the interceptor. The interceptor's straight squish. You have to be pretty much on the ball. I saw a lot of people trying to play the interceptor, thinking that you could be a tank with it, pretty much. And I just laughed.
It's an old school ranger class when you what type of class it is. Like, it plays like just a classic ranger.
Yeah, it has that feel to it, and it also has that straight up assassin, like dual dagger.
Yep.
Like, dude, the melee combos that I could pull out of that sucker was ridiculous, especially whenever you go into your ult. Like, every single time I went into my ult with that thing, I just melted the playing field. And I love how whenever you go into your ult, you're invincible during that point in time, and you get health. It's pretty much like, oh, I need health. Bloop, pop this move. I know a lot of the...
Go.
Yeah, I know a lot of the other javelins. Some people were telling me were pretty quick whenever you pop them.
Storm
like,
was
essentially,
my shit, man. I love the Storm.
Dude, I saw a lot of people playing Storm. I saw a lot of people play Ranger, and I saw a lot of people play Interceptor. I barely saw on the console end anybody playing the Colossus, except that one person like I was telling you about, but he freaking quit right afterwards because he didn't want to freaking get any gear for it to make it good.
I like to
Storm
hover above the fight, dude, and just rain on people. That's what you do as Storm, is you just hover above the fight.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of
rain down AoE shit, pretty much.
Yeah, and your guys' shield is pretty tanky too for the Storm.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But as soon as your shield goes down, you're done.
I didn't have too many problems, to be honest with you, man. I was agile enough that it didn't
move.
Yeah, to move.
Yeah. Yeah, you stayed on the move.
Yeah, float above the battlefield, fire some attacks, drop down, kill some people in front of you, float up again, take people out.
I was kind of...
Look for groups to hit them with AoEs.
Mm-hmm. Like, that thing is...
Oh, and this game provides the group.
Oh, yeah. I think I played hard mode a couple of times, and I played like the hardest difficulty, and I played normal. I knew some people that were only playing on easy, and it's like, come on, man, you ain't getting nothing good. There was once
I never played anything but hard difficulty on console.
Yeah,
like I got in with Vex, and Vex was like running hard.
Yeah, I literally only played hard or normal, depending on like who we were essentially running with. If we were running with somebody that was new to the group or just finally got it downloaded and was trying it out, so we would run them through what they needed to do, we would pretty much.
So we all ran as rangers in the beginning because that's the way the demo works, right?
Yep.
What did you main, Thump?
Infinite low glitch.
Ah, yeah, that's right. So pretty much the ranger then?
Yeah. Yep. I'm hoping that I get a better shake at it this time.
The ranger felt really good though, man. You can't deny that though.
Oh no, I've gotten to love the class. I mean, it's agile enough. It does enough damage. You get the right weapons on him, and
put an LMG on that guy. The sledgehammer, wasn't it, or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give him the sledgehammer and the hammerhead auto rifle, and he was fun, and the multi-missile.
Yeah, dude.
Ult was great. Yeah, his multi-missile ult was really fun because you could multi-target or single-target multi-position. Mm-hmm. So that was what I liked about how the ult was multifunctional. Like it didn't have to single target. If you had you could AoE kind of control. You could add control real good with the ult you could just back up in the fight a little bit.
It was a good all-around character. I had a blast with him.
It felt good. The game feels good on controller. I like the fact that they address in their known patch notes, known issues that they are going
mouse and keyboard.
The game fly better with mouse
and mm-hmm.
They admitted straight down to the T, we have heard you, and we are going to tune the flying to make it not feel so.
And that's something I said right off the rip, even from the alpha.
That's the early days of being.
Yeah.
And that was the first opinion. We were like, the game is controller when this is what you got going on. Like the aerial is, and the fact that keyboard mouse it was bad. Like you'd go to fly and
I'm looking forward to Friday night.
Yeah, same. Definitely. I haven't uninstalled it or anything because I can't wait until.
Actually, that was part of the instruction to saving everything was don't uninstall.
Yeah, I know that this one's going to get a major update because they're going to address some of those issues that we were complaining about.
Yeah, it's going to get a patch, but your original entry, the same one, you'll get your carryover progress.
Oh, I'm still going to have my other stuff, right? Yeah.
Right. Nice. Yeah, everything you've done through VIP is transferring to open.
I'm going to be pretty well. Technically, a lot of us on the console and we're not VIPs, which was a big major glitch. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I never pre-ordered that game. Never got a code given to me, and everybody was like, "You gotta go download this and play it right now." I think they messed up. I'm like, "What?" Hopping over there right now.
Which was a lot of what they said their issue.
Yeah, probably because it was only meant for people that pre-ordered. It wasn't meant for.
They had only meant for a smaller stress test, and some things came up during what they called a larger and was paid.
Yeah, which is completely understandable. Like I kind of understood they messed up. Somebody messed up.
Day one almost killed it. There were streamers that were expecting to play this game that couldn't even get into a server Couldn't even get into the game at all.
Dang.
And they were just like, all right, they addressed, I'll give it a go tomorrow. But they were sitting there just trying, and it kept, nah,
You ain't doing nothing, fool.
We're full. You can't get in. We're full. Sorry, get it full. Hey, full. And that was, and I felt a little bit of that right off the early goings of it, but I have fallback.
Oh yeah,
I can go beat on trees in a game for a little while if that's what
if that's what needs to be done. Yeah,
that's what needs to be done. But
yeah, I felt like the game was good. Like me and a couple of my guys were like,
It
yeah,
felt
well,
really good, dude. It really did. It felt good.
Like I was saying, like me and a couple of my guys were like, okay, this will be a good filler for whenever we hit those dead periods for Warframe. We can just hop over to this game and clear out a lot of stuff. I mean, they didn't show a whole lot with the crafting system. Obviously, there is a crafting system in there. You can tell that from the forge and with all the crafting materials you could find, like the scavenging
materials you get, salvaging your weapons so that you can go into the craft. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the crafting system's going to be like, how those weapons are going to come into play, because there are certain games that have done craftable weapons where it was still some of the weapons you found were just better.
Yeah,
where crafting weapons weren't really as good as just finding weapons.
Like the division was actually pretty bad about that. It's like, oh yeah, you can craft this, but then there's this other one that's out there that you can pick up because it has like this % chance of dropping from this, but it's better. It's like, oh really?
Its perk is like makes it 2 of those guns that you can craft. So.
Yeah, and it's like, are you serious? Basically what I don't know what you guys were running around for firearms. I was pretty much using a sniper rifle and you said you were using the hammerhead assault rifle. I wound up using the what was the 3-round burst one called? I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but that one was actually pretty good. It had a faster rate of fire. It had like maybe 2 points less damage, but it was faster, so it made up for it essentially, and it was a lot more accurate. It had more of a firing range to it because I noticed on the hammerhead, the further the target was, your shots, you could see them. They were going around. It wasn't as accurate.
Spread out.
Yeah, so I wound up switching over to the 3-round burst one, closing in that gap, even though my character was close range, which with the interceptor, you're getting into somebody's face. You don't need pistol, shotgun, or any of that, to be honest, because its melee combos were just
the reason
off the wall.
The reason I ran the hammerhead was because it only needed to be a mid to close range assault rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're running the sledgehammer, that LMG was great at range.
Yeah.
Like it still hit good impact at range, so it was the easy exchange.
And then with the sniper rifle, there's 2 that I really dig. There was one that essentially that one was called one was the Deadeye. I really enjoyed that one for just actual straight up sniping. And then there was basically my boss killer, which was like a charged sniper rifle. Like whenever it would essentially charge a second. It was basically like a fusion sniper rifle. It charged for a second, and then as soon as you like those bigger bosses, not the big boss, but the bigger bosses essentially of ads, 2 shots.
Nice.
I was like, shoot.
Wow, that kind of makes it like the new weapon just showed up in Destiny, from the Black Forge.
Yeah, that sword looking one. Is that the one that you're talking about?
It looks like a sword, but it's a sniper rifle that takes 4 shots, presses them, and shoots them as one.
That's cool. Yeah, I was reading something about that thing. That thing is nice.
Yeah, it's a one-hitter quitter in PvP. Like if you get a clip for it, like you're dropping one dude with it guaranteed.
I'm also pretty interested to see how big the world of Anthem is going to wind up being, because whenever I was looking at the map for the beta, it didn't look like it was going to be that big.
I read they're already working on new areas.
Yeah, I was hearing that this is an ever expanding.
It's a game as a service.
Yes, this is a map that will continue to grow.
Well,
all story
I'm
DLC will be free too.
I'm hoping that that's true. Thump, you know where I'm coming from on this. We've played a game before that said, "Oh, this."
Promised 10 years. I was promised 10 years. And
the Anthem BioWare actually said something about a 10-year plan or some shit like that.
No, I was promised 10 years with Destiny, and it didn't take 3 before I got Destiny 2. So,
well also you got to think about the
4 games
Defiant.
over 10 years is what it's supposed.
If you remember,
to be.
Yeah, but if you remember Thump on Defiance, that world was supposed to be an ever-growing world. Did we ever see that?
No, it never.
It never even got it on the 2025 or 2015 that we got now. It's still the same map.
Yeah. No, that's why I fell out my seat when I was like, yo, they're re-releasing. You were like, what do you mean? Oh, they're doing part 2? No.
They're re-releasing the same game that we played. You know how many years ago? Like,
remember the one that we played on the Xbox 3?
You remember the game that you and me met on? Yeah, they're bringing that back.
Yeah, the exact same game.
Same thing, buddy. You want to go back down memory road real quick?
Yeah, what are they doing to it? Nothing.
Fucking a-holes. So, like, yeah, that was my main whenever I looked at it, I was like, okay, just the beta. I'm not going to freak out after seeing the map, because I was like, man, this map, if you guys really want to hold on some people, needs to get a little bit bigger or something.
That was nothing of a map. Like, even the little bit of expansion you got, you're still like, meh.
Yeah. I was like, I'm already flowing around. I've already found collectibles that didn't do anything that obviously you can't do anything with because it's not the full game. Like, I found collectibles in the water. I found a little underwater cave down in there.
Yeah, this item.
Yeah.
In the full game. Okay.
There is one thing that I will definitely have to say that it better get fixed for the tower. Give me the ability to sprint. If I have to continuously walk around that freaking tower, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be one mad mother flipper.
That is definitely one of the ace #1 complaints. Everybody's like, I understand you wanted me to get the grip of it's in your suit. This is not in your suit. Because when you're at the tower, you're not in your suit. I understand you wanting me to know the variant that flying around.
Can I at least speed walk?
Crazy.
Can I at least speed walk?
Yeah, give me the ability to speed walk. Something.
Yeah, something. Can I please? Because right now, you act like I come back from every mission and I'm crippled.
Yeah. And the tower's not small either. It's really not.
And that I got 30-pound weights on each of my boots.
I'm like, what the heck?
Doing my strength training. Can't skip leg day.
So like, so I could hop in my Iron Man suit
and sprint all over the place
and do all kinds of shit, which I exert no energy in. I just move because the suit does everything else.
Mm-hmm.
It is the muscle. It is the everything. So yeah, that is. Everybody's like, "Are you serious?" Like, I understand you want the human disconnect between in the box and out the box, but can I please have something?
Let me move around
a little faster than what this is, because this is not.
Especially whenever you're doing the 3 quests that they gave you, like walking all the way from your javelin to where that person is, to turn around and walk all the way back to my javelin, I was like, I'm almost done with this, bro. Like,
remember, you talk to the very first guy, then you go through the corridor, and then you go through all the way to the other end. Then you come back to your javelin. That was the first one. The first one was talk to this dude, go to the bar, talk to that, and then come back halfway and talk to the girl standing next to your javelin. Oh yeah, hop in your javelin. You should probably take a walk. Like,
I even looked around, man, like at the tower. I was like, I'm going to do a little bit of exploring. I regretted it. I freaking regretted doing that exploration around that tower because I was like, are you kidding me? I got to walk everywhere? Maybe I should have tested this before I went on this little journey to see where I think things will probably be at, essentially. And that tower's, like I said, not small. It's not. It's
the most aggravating part of that was not that you had to walk everywhere, it's that you had to fucking RP walk everywhere. Like, please tell me why. Tell me why I have to go everywhere in RP mode.
Yeah. What's up, guys? People will walk away from you, like move out of your way.
Yeah, why am I the most friendly person at the tower that has to like stroll through and speak to everybody? Why have I got my pimp walk on?
What is this? Like, does my character know how to use apparently a robotic suit, but he just doesn't comprehend the ability to run or speed walk?
He does so much in that suit where it's so fast and so high powered, he's got sloth syndrome when he gets out of it.
I mean, the suits getting in them are the cinematic getting into your suits are really, really cool. Except for the freaking Ranger, I do have beef with that one because I picked a male voice. Explain to me why that face, as soon as it closes, looked like shit.
Because you're metrosexual.
I mean,
it is.
The interceptor looks like a female.
I was about to say that there are supposed to be two variances of it. I didn't notice a difference at all.
Not for anything. It probably wasn't really homosexual. I mean, it was a 9-week-old version.
I was gonna say it was an old build.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a 9-week-old build. So just wrap your heads around that part of it. Like, in the course of a month of when this game drops, it's not gonna be this game that we just.
Yeah. And I mean, the customization for your javelins are really, really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
So to look at this game that was 9 weeks old when you got a hold of it, and then what's going to drop, like, the time it's going to be updated so many times, and so many times by the time build to public goes.
Yeah, because I heard there were certain things that we didn't even get in the game because they're supposed to be class-specific weapons. I know that the Colossus got theirs, but the other classes didn't get theirs because the Interceptor is supposed to be the only one that can change melees. And then I heard that there was supposed to be something for the Ranger and the Storm, weapon-wise, or somewhere around that range of
dumbass fucking LMG for the Ranger.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, obviously the Colossus was going to get the big old boy gun. You know what I mean? I already knew that.
It's going to be like a Thunderlord-ish type of weapon.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, we didn't even get element weapons either. Element abilities, yes, but I didn't run into any element weapons.
No. Right, which they said at one point was going to be built into the final game, where you would have mods that would cause variable damage.
I know with the Interceptor, a lot of my abilities were basically melee combos or shurikens or a glaive essentially,
Who was
and it was basically like poison damage or stuff like
Who-
that. I never
who
saw
was-
any fire.
Who was it that had the badass triple combo? Like their ultimate would do
That's the storm.
That's
electric-
Storm.
Yeah, but no, it does fire too. Out of
Yeah.
that,
hmm
it does
Yeah,
electric
there's
fire
mods.
and what was it? Poison damage.
They switch. It switches between all three, and you can hit them multiple times.
Yeah,
Do you get poison on the Storm? I know the Interceptor. You definitely get poison because that was one of like
Oh,
I
then
got
you
a
get
bunch
poison.
of.
It's elemental, so it's fire, ice, and electric. Or lightning.
Yeah, I got a lot of abilities that I was able to switch around through that I could just return to poison. One of them was pretty nice, but whenever it came to those bugs, it was useless using poison. So I wound up flipping that. But whenever it came to like close range ads, it was pretty good for the other enemy type that we wound up getting. Like I would drop that poison gas pretty much right there, and it would just like nuke the group that I was in.
right.
That Storm's just a straight up all around nuke. Like
Yeah, dude. I enjoyed playing it. I mean, combos,
Yeah, I'm seeing
combos,
that
combos. Freeze shit, blow it up.
mm-hmm.
I was kind of feeling that was going to be the direction I was really looking to head.
What Storm?
Yeah, down the thorn path.
I'm gonna be switching back and forth between the Ranger and the Interceptor. I feel like.
Not for anything. My other game that I really like to play is Destiny, and this thing has a cape, and I'm a hunter over there. So
Yeah, that's
my natural liking was, oh look, it's got a cape. I'm gonna go over it.
I was looking at it too. Antisocial Chris was like, "I'm going Storm," and I was like, "And I just give me your cape. Like, let me stick with my Interceptor, but give me your cape."
I saw one run by in game, and I was like, ooh.
That's yeah, dude. That's was my first unlock, man.
I was like, it's got a cape.
Had nothing to do with the cape. Had all of doing with hovering over the battlefield with the top down view and just blasting shit.
I went right ad
That's
control.
in the stream right there. Yes, that's absolutely that wonderful juiciness.
Yeah, that's
Like-
that's how I played it.
Chris was like, I really feel like there's going to be a lot of interceptors out there. I was like, yeah, but they're not going to be able to do it, right? Have you seen how many interceptors are like dumb? Like that has played the beta so far? Like they dumb. A good portion of them dumb. They're going to switch over to something else because they're going to, as soon as your shield, like the interceptors, shields, and hit points already squish. Like you don't have a whole lot of shields. It's all about agility. You have to stay on top of the agility. It takes some skill using that one. I bet you it take I know it takes skill to use the other ones too for survivability because you like just because you're a Colossus doesn't mean you can literally face tank the world. I mean, probably later on down the line you probably can, but like during that beta, you definitely could not just face tank the world.
Right.
Here's the ultimate.
Yeah.
The mapping system for free roam definitely needs some tweaks too, because if somebody in your group goes too far, you just lose them. You'd have to hurry up and pull up the big map, find out where they are, and not be able to put a marker down. So you basically have to have your partner being like, "Oh,
switching between the different elements," and then calls in one final one.
Yeah,
it's a fucking awesome class.
Oh yeah, it's a nuke, dude.
The bar below there looks a little different now.
Yeah, you are a straight nuke.
Hey, dude, it's fun.
Like the Interceptor had some abilities that could, one shot like some of those towers and stuff. Like the glaive that I had, if I fully charged it,
you're not really
it would one shot
heavies with that class. You're more picking apart the lower shit while you got your Interceptors and Rangers and Colossus doing the heavy lifting, I guess, or DPS. Your Ranger and your Interceptor would be your DPS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that ranger, if you can get the right weapons for him, he can fucking smack around it.
But yeah, Storm's
Mm-hmm.
more of Storm is aerial support, man. That's essentially what it is.
And they're freaking good at it. Oh my god.
Why am I watching you in?
Yeah.
I just wanted to see.
Took me a
Deku
minute
do
though. It took me a minute though to figure out colors.
it.
Oh yeah.
Because whenever you first click on it on the console, man, it doesn't tell you, oh, you got to move it one more time over to change the actual color.
Right, you're just changing the material that it's made
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, so the whole time I was like,
And then
oh,
you
I'm just
change
changing
the
the
material. Yeah.
Yeah.
Change the material, paint the material.
Yeah. So
Change
the whole time I'm sitting here like, how is everybody running around with these multicolors? Like, what the fuck is this? And then one of my buddies was like, oh, click it over one. I was like, what the whole time? I'm walking around looking like a base model that just came out the freaking shop, and then you saw what I wound up ending with. Like, I made that thing look. I put some time in that.
Dude, I had a console black and purple that was really nice, and I had a blue, black, and purple on PC that I would like it. But I saw some really good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like multi-material base is to get some of the really rich colors, you got to pick the right material to put it on.
Mm-hmm. To get it to look just right, you know. Like it took, like I said, it took me a minute because the color scheme that I wound up going with, that black that I had on mine, I went with the only one that you could pretty much make kind of look like carbon fiber, that weird designed one, not the camo one, but the other one.
Uh-huh.
I wound up going with that and did like a kind of carbon fiber kind of look with that. And then everything else was pretty much black, red. And it took me a minute to get the white just right to match the vinyl that I wound up going with. That way the head of the interceptor gave it that skull look that you wound up,
Right.
that I wound up getting. I saw some pretty multicolored, outrageous javelins out there.
Looks like the Colossus would be about like moving around in a Titan.
Mm-hmm.
In, Titanfall.
Yes. Yes, and the bigger he gets and the clunkier he gets, that fits his category. He is like a Titan.
And they already said that you're going to be able to get the gold to be able to buy stuff from the store and everything else like that.
They said stage 1 currency was what was made available to you in game that you were able to do then. The other currency that you saw there is going to be if you want to.
You can pay for it, or B, you can farm for it.
If you want to invest.
Yeah, it's going to be all cosmetics.
Yeah, it's all purely cosmetic.
And that right there, that picture that you got up there, they already announced that that's not the legit prices. They pretty much threw that out there to see, I guess, what people are going to say about those prices. Because if those are legit prices, that's going to be a lot of grinding or a lot of money.
A 9-week-old build for a demo, I don't think we were meant to be farming cash.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we were being underpaid in the demo. I think was bump up. They may keep these a little close to what this is for their pricing scale and bump up the reward pricing.
Yeah. Like one of the two would have to be switched out. Because somebody was saying that basically that stuff right there is like $20 already right out the door. Like just one item.
$20.
Yeah.
The diamond plate would be like $8.
Yep.
Which that's a little pricey.
Yeah. No, not for anything. I mean, if your target audience for spending money on the game is going to be people that are willing to spend some cash,
little kids,
yeah.
hey, if their parents are willing to let them
Skins.
spend the cash, I mean,
Skins and emotes.
that would be where it's at. But if we can still earn the gold in game to actually get them,
Yeah,
that's
I'll be fine with that.
Hey, are
have
we
an
off
arc.
radio? I just looked down and saw it was 10 o'clock.
Let me check.
Oh, it is 10 now. Yeah.
Bye, ready.
Bye, Radio Land.
Yeah, we're
Sorry, I was trying to catch. I saw it was 9:59. Was trying to catch it before it ended, but whatever.
Yeah, I was
Happens.
trying to keep an eye on it too, and the last time I looked at the time, it was like 9:35 or something like that, and totally lost track of time talking about what we
Yeah.
gonna have to set an alarm, 10-minute alarm or a 5-minute alarm before. A vibrating alarm or something like that. But yeah, for the base game, I mean, for the beta essentially of the game, it definitely wasn't bad. I had a blast. I had fun with it.
Oh yeah.
From what I was able to play without fighting the game, like basically I had to fight the game, play the game, to fight the game.
They've made a promise, and so now it comes down to how me and the company are going to deal with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But if they live up to what they said, we're working on these issues, known issues, and they drop patches into this next demo that improves that, then I will have a little bit more faith in them. If this still remains to be an issue and they haven't got it sorted out, I don't know that I'll actually buy the game.
Yeah, same here. Like I'm waiting essentially till Friday to make my decision if I'm actually going to buy this game or not. Like I haven't done it yet. A lot of people are wanting me to, but at the same time, it's like I need to see that they're going to take care of the game, and there
I'm
will
not
be.
throwing $60 at a wall just to watch it fall into a bucket that belongs to somebody else at the bottom.
There's been too many games that have come out that I am really like glad that I did not pick up because they're still working on their multiplayer stuff or anything like that. The last game I essentially threw money at is Sea of Thieves. But
I am happy that I didn't throw the money at State of Decay. That I played it on Game Pass.
yeah. I'm very disappointed that freaking what was the other game? I think there was one more game that I threw money at that I thought we were all gonna wind up getting into, but we wound up not. I can't remember which one it
Horizon
was.
I threw money into, and I didn't give whether anybody got it. That was another one that came through on Pass Horizon 4. Like I played a little bit of it and was like, all right, I'm in. I'm all in.
Yeah.
And I've had a blast. I still play on a regular basis. It was fun. The picture was I actually pulled my racing chair out of the corner and sat down and started racing.
I mean, you've seen me. I've been playing nothing but free to play games essentially because especially with Warframe because they have shown they give a shit.
Well,
like they're
content. They provide content.
And they actually give a shit. Like they do a stream every week. They do rewards. They
Sea of Thieves does a stream every.
Yeah, but they don't show. Sea of Thieves doesn't show us a whole lot of things to do though. Like at a certain point.
Supposedly 2019 seems to be the year that they're poised to try and put themselves in a better position.
I'm hoping so because I would love to go back to that game. I just want something to do more.
The hype is real on it right now.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like after you said a lot of those streamers went over to freaking certain streamers went over to Sea of Thieves that never has even been on the game essentially. I noted I went back and I started looking at that and I'm like, dang, they're starting to actually get a whole lot of love over there with streaming stuff. So maybe this is a good sign that they'll start picking it up a little bit more and trying to add.
Sea of Thieves is still in the top 20 games on Twitch right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Hearthstone is 2 games above it, and you know the community that's generally got behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Super Smash, a couple games above that. Overwatch is in that group. I mean, your top 10, Counter-Strike, Dota, Kingdom Hearts 3 right now is ripping the charts apart.
Yeah, because they just came out yesterday.
Yeah, and the way they've done it, like this one, I've been watching a little bit of gameplay on it. It looks pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, it looks fun. Definitely. So I'm hoping, like I said, I have high hopes that BioWare gets their, gets on the right track, essentially. Like, as long as the game is better feeling this time around for Friday, will definitely, like I said, determine if I'm going to be picking up that game or not.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would love to, invest into Red Dead Redemption 2, but still...
Does anybody know what Heat is?
Heat? No.
Okay. I got to do some investigation.
Yeah, I heard something about that, but I haven't looked into.
It's the game that's just ahead of Sea of Thieves right now.
Really?
Yeah. And some of the people that I watch are playing, like, fairly decent number of that I watch. You got
That's interesting.
You got Tamac, or you got Streamer House. Like, all of them are playing it.
Yeah.
So those have lately been a lot of RP players too. So that'll be interesting, because that may be the answer to Red Dead Redemption's online gameplay. Heat, because it seems to be a Western style of game.
Oh, really? I'm gonna have to look that game up. And you heard Stone. He was like,
I will have to look at this myself.
Western, you say?
Actually, it looks to be a Western Atlas.
Oh. Ooh.
It looks to have survival elements to it.
I do think that's kind of funny now that you say that. Think about it. All these big name kind of games come out, essentially, with this kind of vibe, like pirates, cowboys, and then these survival type versions of those games wind up turning around and coming out right afterward. Like, oh, hey, look, these guys have gotten this big old player base.
Not for anything, I will say that it is probably exactly what I just said. It is a Western style Atlas. It even has the VR already set up in it too, just like Atlas.
Wow. Wow.
I should try sailing a ship with my Rift on sometime.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I bet you that's gotta be pretty wild.
Riding dinos and standing next to dinos in Ark was cool. But
yeah,
it was hard to play.
I know that the VR for Elite Dangerous is actually pretty fun. A lot of people are saying that it would be even. Yeah, a lot of people were saying it would be 10 times better. You could walk around your freaking shit, but
yeah,
I mean,
the only way to play Elite Dangerous, man, is in a VR headset. I don't think I could play it any other way after playing it on the iPhone.
Oh yeah, with a VR, no way. Like, I've seen the way, like, it definitely gives you that, because the game already kind of gives you that nice, submergent feel to the game already. So you putting those VR goggles on right after,
you're in the ship looking around your ship. You know, you can look behind you, and you can look all around, look up above you, and it's
look to the left. Yeah, look to the left, see your freaking console, and be able to activate everything over there. Ask for docking procedures and stuff, and look to the right and make sure that all your pips and everything are on the right pieces. See what your cargo is. I mean, I would like to see a lot of love come from that game. I know that the last year it looked like they focused on a lot of exploration, and also getting squads a little bit better in that game. But I'm hoping that this year they bring a lot more love to everything else. That might make me come back to it.
What's up, man?
You remember Reign of King?
What?
Reign of King.
Reign of King? No.
Kings.
No, I
You
don't.
never played the survival game Reign of King?
Nope.
Somebody's title is actually Reign of Heat, so it leads me to think that it may be more like the game Reign of Kings was done, which means building is probably going to be...
Yeah, what I'm watching in this trailer on Steam right now, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, okay.
I've
already played. If this is being compared to that, I've already played that too. So
it's got mixed reviews.
I mean, Reign of Kings was fun. Don't get me wrong. I had a blast. That was where we had Ooga Bob.
You had what?
Ooga Bob. That's all he ever said.
Code Hatch doesn't have a very good... Yeah, they made Starforge and Reign of Kings.
Ha!
Look how they all turned out. Now, I would like to say this game could be great, but right now unplayable. I have an RTX 2080 and it struggles on the lowest settings. The game's not optimized at all.
Dude, we were talking about Atlas.
This game will likely, sadly, end up just like Reign of Kings. It is a rough start, is laggy, low FPS, glitching, nothing at all like what the video shows. I expect about 6 months of support from the devs before they abandon the project.
Yep.
Ooh.
Don't spend your $20, ladies and gentlemen.
Rain took a big dump. That's why I was like, yo, let's check out what this is. At least I wanted to see it, and I saw that Reign of Heat, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
As soon as I saw the way that was, the title was done, I was like, Kings, that... Oh man, I wonder if this is like Reign of Kings. If it's being compared to Reign of Kings, I mean...
I'm out already. I'm done.
Yeah, that's probably not going to be a good thing, but... I mean, like I said, it was fun for a little bit. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, there was creation of a character named Ooga Bob. And Ooga Bob was hilarious because from the time his first character was created and that character lived out its life in the time span that we played it, it never said anything other than Bob.
Freaking, just thinking. No. Yeah, you started saying that, and I just literally lost train of thought.
We would be like, so where do you think we should put the door? Ooga, 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 Ooga. Oh yeah, right over there, huh?
Oh, I know where I was.
Shaggy Scooby moments definitely took place with Ooga Bob.
You remember Black Desert? How it failed really on it failed pretty much on PC.
Oh yeah, man! It's making a flying leap at console.
Yeah, a lot of guys were like, "Oh, you're gonna get this? You're gonna get this?" I'm like, "No." Like, did you not see anything about it before? They were like, "No." I was like, "You should go take a look at it a little bit."
Hey, not for nothing, character customization.
Dude, that's the only thing, like, a good portion of the peeps that I know that got it were like, but you can make your character look like this and everything. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Trust me. I played the beta and everything else.
It's anime
cool.
waifu. It's anime waifu all day.
Yeah. So a lot of those people are probably not gonna give a about basically the gameplay.
I don't need to be able to play it if I can put her in a scantily clad one-piece outfit with
and RP
knockers
and
the size of 2 fucking bathhouses and fucking
and be able to RP like a mofo. Like, I'll
Inside
just find a little area somewhere and we'll turn that into a dark alley.
That's right. So I can dig in the hallway.
Mm-hmm. Just like that one area that you don't go to in freaking.
That's right. Well, you don't go to that town in Terra.
No.
Because even if you ain't in an RP server, people are there. Word.
Yeah, and whenever they did the server merge, Valk became that same ordeal. Like, literally, you just did not want to go into Valk. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. Dude, they did it right in the streets. I was like, I'm trying to walk here to turn in a quest PvP, and I don't need to see. Can you not go into area chat, please?
That is so sick because Valk was like the safe place, man.
It's not a safe place no more, sir.
That's so bad.
So noobs just trying the game out, essentially, they're going to be going to Valk because that's the first place they send you to, major big city wise, and they're going to be like, what am I playing? I need to go.
I would rather have the gold robot chat back than have to deal with our peers inside of Valve.
And it's not just normal. It's not that our peers actually that you could be okay with. It's those our peers that are like,
we're
sit on my lap.
Yeah, we're talking about like people who are playing the everyday life of things. We're talking about like hookers and hoes, how it goes of the gaming world.
We're talking about we're talking about those people that literally go and hang out in an alleyway basically, and sometimes would do their stuff. But these people, they don't do the courtesy of going into an alleyway. They do it right there on the street. Like,
that's awkward. Standing there exchanging money for goods. Look over, and so is he.
Yeah. It's like, huh? Okay.
Well, no, you're in the money for goods line. He's in the money for services line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're really like, Carl, not the line you want to be in. Oh, yes, it is. No, Carl. His name's Carl. Bullshit.
Have you heard him actually speak?
I've never met a Carl that looked like that. You keep walking up there, you're about to. Better be careful. Get you.
Like a lot, like there was a lot of people actually that I ran into in voice chat that thought that Fu, my character, was ran by a female because of the way that I put detail into how it looked. They were like, "No way, you're a dude making it look." No, I am. I just like to make sure my character looks good.
He's a little bunny foo. Hot to try. That's why some of your friends probably shouldn't be in BDO either.
I don't even talk to a lot of the old people that I used to play in freaking Terra with anymore. I think I've had one of them that just mainly did the PvP, and like every now and then be like, "Hey, I need you to come back in PvP." I'm like, "Nah, I'm just not feeling it. I'm good. I'm not gonna come back to that game just to PvP. Like, I can do that here."
Right? Be like, and now I enjoy this more.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, not so much, but I mean, they've made a lot of changes in Warframe that have just got me essentially, like, they got me hook, line, and sinker right now. They keep coming out with events, and the way they've been popping out updates, like last month, man, like it hasn't even been a month after this update that we have already gotten, like Fortuna update, and we're already getting profit take, like near the end of this one. Like, what the heck? And they've already been dropping a lot of events and whatnot that was not going around a whole lot.
Right?
Been popping out with a lot more stuff, which is nice.
Gentlemen, I need to end this.
Goodbye, Soon.
I've got to
Yeah.
work early.
Goodbye, Soon.
Yeah, I probably need to freaking go and deal with the missus. She just came home and she looked like she was trying to tell me something, and I completely couldn't hear a word she was saying. She looked at me trying to mouth it, and I was like, no bueno.
Talk tonight.
Huh?
All right, everyone.
Do what?
On Facebook. Thanks for watching. We'll see you
Bye
next
when
week.
you tied your tubes.
See you.
YouTube, catch y'all next time.